So Wikihow has this article called How to Win a Nerf War with Pictures. And let's just say I have a few months... Wait. This sounds like deja vu. No. We're not doing the whole Oh Fortuna thing. That's the Captain shtick. Play my music. I just kind of want to warn you, some of the skits might not make as much sense because, to give credit, the Wikihow article has been edited and has changed since I first reviewed it. So if there's something that's new or all that, I will mention it in my commentary while I'm reading through the articles. Good on Wikihow. Number 1. Planning and preparation. Decide your play area. Don't pick somewhere that echoes or is closed in. Try out an open field with lots of dirt mounds and trees to hide behind. Rural and outdoorsy areas are fantastic as you want as many places to hide as possible. A large backyard with lots of obstacles will also work. It's f***ing January! Much better. Pick your teams. Give each team time to prepare battle plans before the war begins. Successful teams make plans together. And this part here is actually different from the original because there's an addendum to this. Get a good set of players. 10 on 10 is great, but as long as you have at least one person to fight, you'll have fun. A proper team includes 7 to 8 players. Actually, in the VFBA, it can range from 3 all the way to 20 if attendance is good, but that's in stock. I only trust myself. Give people roles. If someone is less suited to running around, make him or her the first version said sniper, but here it says marksman or gunner. Okay, yeah, that's a good edit. Try to include everybody and give everybody a suitable role. If you have new people, just make them shadow your best fighters. Also, arrange the formation of the players that are playing with you. Always try to split up into groups of 2 or more unless someone is a scout. I mean, yeah, that does make sense, but that part wasn't in there. Instead, it said the bombers and foot soldiers to the sides, which was the original wording, but someone got rid of that and replaced it with much more sensible fire teams. So I gotta credit Wikihow for actually getting something right in the edit. Number 4, train if possible. Make some targets and practice shooting at least a couple hours a week. Actually, Nerf darts are not accurate. Get some extra ammo and get your teammates to shoot at you so you can practice hearing darts. Actually, most darts don't make a sound, unless you're talking about the revving, but apart from that, they don't actually make noise, the darts themselves. And dodging them. Well, yeah, I guess that is a valuable skill. You should also practice running so you can be more aggressive. I mean, if you're a close quarter skirmisher type, then yeah. But if you're hanging out in the back, picking people off with a caliber, or you're using an FDL or something, it's not really that valuable to know how to run. I don't run because I'm a heavy support gunner myself. I'm finally gonna hit it. I'm finally gonna hit it. Finally gonna hit it. Number 5, get a chance to see the battlefield first. See the terrain and, if possible, set some traps for the enemy. And I gotta give them credit, they made another edit in this. If it is allowed in the game, however, most traps will not be allowed. They basically just outright said, it's not cheating, set traps, because that's how you win, and all that nonsense. Like, no. The original was wrong, obviously. The old traps, like actual tripwires, no, don't do that. Number 6, choose your weapons. Keep the blaster you're best with as your primary, but carry a secondary weapon, even in melee. Depends on the game. not all of them do. The VFBA doesn't allow melee, for example. Or tertiary, if you have a shoulder or backstrap for it. Remember, blasters are not everything. If you're good at Nerf and have good skill, you'll be able to win with any blaster. Oh yeah, ask Brett. Oh yeah, there's also another addendum, because this is again an edited version of the Wikihow articles from earlier. A good primary is a Nerf strike with a few 18-dart magazines for it. A good secondary would be the strong arm or hammer shot. Try making a holster for a retaliator or hammer shot. If you're not good at sniping, but are good on offense and strong, consider using a modified flywheel blaster. They may not be quiet, but they are quick and accurate. Actually, they're not accurate, but they do lay down a lot of fire, easy allowing you to stop anyone trying to eliminate you. Actually, it's good for keeping their heads down, because if you're shooting a lot of ammo in their general area, they're going to try and duck behind cover, and that'll allow your teammates to go around them. Well, time to pick myself a blaster. Too slime fiery, too spinny. Too poppy. Too poopy. Too ploopy. Too poppy. Too Evil Dead. Too red. Too gaudy. Too tactical. Too practical. Let's see. We got a small boy. We got a Kronos. We got a... Ah! Yes! Number 1, get into formation. Group up or form multiple smaller groups to cover more area. Send out lone or paired lookouts ahead of your groups. Well, yeah, that kind of does make sense in this context of HVZ, but if you're playing in a small area where you basically know roughly where the enemy is, it doesn't really make sense to have scouts, especially in the gym where we fight, because you're not going to be hiding from anyone. I mean, you're going to be hiding in cover from flywheelers, but you're not going to be outright disappear from the enemy's sight unless you're the gremlins, and they're like 3 foot something at most. So yeah, I guess that does make sense for the gremlins, but I'm 5'8". I'm not going to hide entirely from anybody. Always have a defense in case of an early attack. Well, yeah, again, that goes to the suppress the fire thing. Number 3, holding an enemy hostage. No game type I have ever played in my fucking life has had hostages in it. Like, none. Zero. No game mode ever has had hostages in it. Ever. And I've played Nerf for years. If the rules allow it, you can hold an enemy hostage, try and get information out of them, or turn them in exchange for darts, blasters, or a hostage of their own. Again, we've never had hostages in any game, ever. There's no point. There has never been a f***ing hostage situation in any game I have ever played. This is spicy. This is a spicy one. Okay, at this point, I've got to give them credit for fixing the big problem that they had. Originally, they argued that if you encounter an enemy that's too close, you smack them with the butt of your rifle. I mean, like, no rifle butts, please. But they actually changed it! Thanks, Brett, for bringing attention to this horrible, horrible idea. So, I'm gonna go through that for a little bit just to explain what's going on here. Use cover wisely. Hiding corners, if an enemy comes, wait for them to get close and then shoot. Well, yeah, obviously you should always make sure to cover yourself. If it is allowed to use an N4 sword to ambush due to their quiet nature, well, we don't use melee in the VFBA, we're not allowed to. Never rifle butt, you'd be clubbing someone with hard plastic. Originally it said to rifle butt, but since Brett made his video saying, hey, why are you possibly telling people to beat each other with hard plastic? They fixed it since. I gotta give them credit. They're not as terrible as they said they are. Have a camo shirt or blanket to cover yourself and snipe the opponents. What kind of camouflage would possibly work against gym floor and cardboard boxes? Because that's kind of what the gym in the VFBA is like. I guess just wearing tan? Maybe? Possibly? But if you move, that's going to be obvious. Beware of others hiding around a corner. You don't want to get shot going around a corner. Use a tactical entry into any rooms. Well, the thing is, yeah, the corners are the deadliest part. So how we do it in the crew auxiliary is we have one person decide to go on the right side and the other person to go left and make sure it's clear. That's how we usually do corners, and usually it's the guys who have full auto doing that. So that's how that works in the auxiliary, at least. If your blaster jams, do not drop it and run. Dropping your blaster is a bad idea, as the enemy can pick it up and you could be without an offense. You could use your jam blaster for a shield. Actually, that doesn't count in the VFB or any game that I have ever been part of, because blaster hits do count. Or you could fake a shot and run away. No. They're going to know if you actually took a shot at them. And running away, yeah, sure, to get behind cover and get in the cone of fire of your allies so that they can cover you while you remove the jam dart. Yeah, that's okay, but just faking a shot isn't going to do anything. Again. Hide of a horde, H-O-A-R-D, as in a horde of gold, not a horde of zombies. Gotta love Wikihow spelling. Is coming after you, and call for help. Grammar. Run if you can't hold your ground. It is better to run away and come back with reinforcements than to get killed. Well, why were you just running around on your own if you're doing HVZ? Because this is clearly an HVZ related tip. Usually if you're doing HVZ, you're going to be in a unit, and your unit is going to be moving around, and you're always going to have cover, so why were you running off on your own like a dip? If you're surrounded, focus on a single side, make them escape. You have to be very careful so that you don't get shot. Zombies have blasters now, apparently. Or maybe we're doing HVZ? I mean, yeah, maybe Ragnaroktoberfest, but I have never seen an HVZ that has shooting zombies. They're a melee-only thing. They tag you, they turn you into a zombie, then you tag other humans. That's how HVZ... Cover me, rival guy. Rival guy, they're not... Oh no! Make a fort. Make it large but secure. Have an ammo dump at your fort. Make sure you and your teammates have ammo at all times. Well, yeah, in the BFBA we do have bases, but they're more like kind of a somewhat perforated line of boxes. Some big boxes to hide behind and then some shorter boxes, and then we always have one of the two ammo crates on each side so that each team has ammo for between rounds. Number 10. Go on the offensive when you can. To take down automatic blasters, come at them from behind, or you could possibly take the people with the biggest guns with you so you have protection. Well, big isn't always good. I mean, I could probably do something ridiculous with my bolter strife, and someone that's got a mastodon, once he's out of ammunition, he's going to have to reload really, really quickly. And I can just hammer on him all day with my strife. Yeah, just big isn't always better. Sometimes the smaller stuff that's more effective is more effective. Also, you don't really have to go behind them. You just have to pick them off from range or distract them and take them down while they're not paying attention, because they're not an overwhelming amount of firepower. And also the next part, it says, use a Nerf grenade called the Leonard Scatterblast Foam Dart Grenade. It is a great way to clear up a fort. It's not. It's an air-powered thing that is ridiculously expensive. They're rare, they don't always work, and they only shoot darts one direction, up. They could shoot darts back at you if you don't throw them right. I mean, there's light-take grenades that are more effective. There's the timed grenades. There's the contact grenades that are, I mean, admittedly not as effective as the timed grenades, but the timed grenades, they actually work. Use those, not these expensive Leonard things that are old and they're unreliable and they might break and they're expensive as all hell. And these are for you. If you have a mercenary, oh yay, representation! I'm a mercenary. Have him or her run off on their own. This is better, and the enemy may not think they're working for you. You give me a pack of M&Ms, not Skittles. I don't like Skittles. Then yeah, maybe I'll consider switching sides for you. Try to pretend to be on the other guy's side and spy for your real side. This is called being a double agent. However, some people may see this as cheating. Possible, steal valuable weapons from enemy base if you are under attack. Steal all if you think you can get away with it and make it back to your base without dying. This isn't Team Fortress 2, by the way. What are you gonna do? Change your armband and say, I'm with your team now? If the rules say you can have a medic who can revive other fighters, have the medic armed with a small pistol. Why? What's the point? Medic! If the rules let you, make a Nerf shield. If you need Nerf shield, there is a shield in the N4 series and one that comes with the Stampede. That's if the rules allow it. If! This should keep me safe, right?